Today, we're exploring one of the most famous books on the power of the mind, John Kehoe's Mind Power. Into the 21st century, for decades, this book has inspired millions of people worldwide. It's about how our mind works, how thoughts shape reality, and how we can consciously use the subconscious to transform our lives. Why is this book important? We all know that our thoughts affect our mood and choices. But Kehoe goes much further. He explains how the subconscious mind directly influences success, health, relationships, and even finances. And when you learn how to program it correctly, you can achieve almost any goal. If you don't have time to read the entire book, this video will give you all the key ideas in just 80 to 100 minutes. You'll discover how the subconscious really works, what techniques unlock its power, and how to use them in everyday life. Who will benefit most from this book? Anyone who wants to change their habits and way of thinking. People seeking success in business or finances. Those who want harmony in relationships and greater confidence. And of course, everyone who believes that we can take control of our destiny. So, let's begin this journey into the mind. Chapter 1. The Power of the Mind and the Role of the Subconscious. John Kehoe begins the book with a bold statement. Everything in our lives is the result of the mind. He explains that the mind is not only the conscious part that thinks, analyzes, and makes decisions. There is also the subconscious, a hidden powerhouse that shapes our habits, reactions, and even the events we attract into our lives. The key idea of this chapter: the subconscious is a real force that creates our reality. It works like fertile soil. Whatever we plant there in the form of thoughts, images, and beliefs will eventually grow and show up in our life. Example: if someone constantly thinks, "I'm a failure, nothing works out for me," the subconscious takes this as a command and arranges circumstances to prove it right. On the other hand, if a person keeps affirming, "I'm capable, I deserve success," this begins to shift their behavior and attract new opportunities. Kehoe emphasizes, we are responsible for the programs we install into our subconscious. That's why mastering control over our thoughts is so crucial. Takeaway for the viewer: the subconscious is always active, whether you notice it or not. It does not distinguish truth from falsehood. It accepts repeated thoughts as facts. Learning to guide your thoughts and mental images is the first step toward transforming your life. Chapter 2. Thoughts Create Reality. In this chapter, Kehoe develops the central idea of the book. Our thoughts are not just abstract, they are creative forces. Every thought leaves an imprint, shaping our behavior, decisions, and ultimately, our life. He uses a simple analogy. Thoughts are seeds we constantly plant into the soil of the subconscious. If we keep planting seeds of fear, doubt, and negativity, the harvest will be filled with problems, failures, and even illness. If we deliberately plant images of success, confidence, and health, that is exactly what the subconscious will grow. The key point: the subconscious doesn't judge thoughts as good or bad. It simply accepts and executes them. Example: imagine a person who always repeats, "I'll never be rich." This belief takes root, and the subconscious filters reality so that the person doesn't even notice financial opportunities. Meanwhile, another person thinks, "I'll find a way to increase my income," and their subconscious mind guides them toward new chances. Kehoe stresses that every thought is energy. It influences not only your inner state but also the external world around you. Takeaway: a thought builds a belief. A belief shapes actions. Actions create destiny. Chapter 3. Visualization and the Power of Imagination. In this chapter, Kehoe introduces the first practical tool for working with the subconscious: visualization. He explains, the subconscious speaks the language of images. Words are less important than vivid pictures combined with emotions. If we want to install new beliefs, we must show them through imagination. Simple example: athletes often visualize their victory before competing. They see themselves performing flawlessly, they feel the confidence, they imagine the joy of success. This mental rehearsal programs the subconscious and dramatically improves performance. Kehoe emphasizes, visualization works only when the images carry emotions. Simply seeing is not enough. You must feel it as if it's already happening. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between real experience and a vividly imagined one. Technique: set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily. Close your eyes and picture your goal as already achieved. Add emotions: joy, pride, peace. Repeat consistently until the image feels natural and believable. Takeaway: visualization is a way to program the subconscious using the language of images and emotions. Chapter 4: Affirmations and Self-Suggestion. After visualization, Kehoe introduces the second key tool, affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements that we repeat regularly to imprint desired beliefs into the subconscious. Core principle: what we repeat, the subconscious accepts as truth. Examples of affirmations: I am confident and reach my goals easily. My body is strong and healthy. I attract new opportunities for success. Why does this work? The subconscious stores mental patterns and habits. If it has been filled with negative phrases like, I can't do it, these must be replaced. By consistently repeating positive statements, we build new neural pathways and gradually shift our mindset. Kehoe's advice: keep affirmations simple and positive. Always phrase them in the present tense. Not I will be rich, but I am rich. Say them regularly, preferably out loud and with emotion. Practical example: someone who fears public speaking can repeat daily, I am calm and confident in front of an audience. Over time, the subconscious accepts this as reality, and fear begins to fade. Takeaway: affirmations are a way to reprogram the subconscious through words. Chapter 5: Habits and Reprogramming Behavior. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that much of our life is driven by habits. Most of what we do, from morning routines to stress reactions, is automatic. And these habits largely determine the quality of our life. Key idea: the subconscious creates and maintains habits, but we can reprogram it consciously. Example: a person may have the habit of coming home and instantly turning on the TV, wasting hours. To change this, they must deliberately build a new habit, like reading or exercising. At first, it feels forced, but with repetition, the subconscious accepts the new pattern, and it becomes natural. Kehoe's advice: start small. Big changes overwhelm the subconscious, but small steps stick more easily. Use affirmations and visualization to reinforce new habits. Be patient. Habits are formed only through repetition. He stresses that every time you consciously repeat a new action, you are rewriting the code of your subconscious mind. Takeaway: to change your life, begin with habits. Over time, the subconscious adopts new patterns, and what once felt difficult becomes second nature. Chapter 6: The Subconscious and the Power of Intention. In this chapter, John Kehoe focuses on goals. He argues that the subconscious plays a decisive role in whether we achieve what we want. Core idea: the subconscious truly works for us only when we clearly define a goal and fuel it with intention. What is intention? It's not just a vague wish like, it would be nice someday. Intention is a firm inner decision. I will do this. This is part of my life. Example: two people want to lose weight. The first says, I'd like to drop a few pounds. The second says, I will lose 10 pounds, start exercising, and change my diet. In the second case, the subconscious receives a clear order and begins to help. Motivation rises, ideas appear, and energy follows. Kehoe's recommendations: state your goals clearly. The subconscious does not respond to vague wishes. Visualize the outcome. See it as if it's already real. Reinforce with affirmations. Take action. The subconscious opens doors, but you must walk through them. He stresses, the subconscious is like a compass. Once you set the destination, it starts guiding you there. Takeaway: if you want real change, stop vague dreaming. Turn desires into clear intentions and combine them with action. Chapter 7: The Power of Belief and Convictions. In this chapter, Kehoe emphasizes that belief is the key mechanism that activates the subconscious mind. Wishes and even goals don't guarantee results. But when a person truly believes that something is possible and achievable, the subconscious begins to act as if it's already part of their reality. Core idea: our beliefs define the limits of our reality. If someone believes they can build a successful business, they'll notice opportunities, make bold moves, and push forward. But if deep inside they believe, wealth isn't for me or only special people succeed, the subconscious will sabotage progress and create circumstances to confirm that belief. Example: one person believes they are good at connecting with others, and they easily make friends. Another thinks, I'm too shy, no one wants to talk to me, and their behavior becomes closed off, which only proves the belief true. Kehoe's key points: the subconscious always confirms what we believe. To change your life, you must change your beliefs. New beliefs can be shaped through affirmations, visualization, and small wins that prove you right. Takeaway: belief is not only a religious term. It's a psychological lever that turns thoughts into actions and actions into reality. Chapter 8. Creative Imagination. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that imagination is not just daydreaming. It is a tool for shaping the future. He notes that everything great humans have built, from skyscrapers to airplanes, once existed only as an image in someone's mind. Core idea: the subconscious responds to the mental pictures of the future we create. Imagination is like a blueprint of reality. An architect first imagines a building, then draws it, and only later it becomes real. In the same way, a person can imagine themselves as successful, healthy, or happy, and the subconscious will begin searching for ways to make it happen. Kehoe's advice: use imagination not for worries but for creating positive visions. Mentally rehearse situations as if you already live in your desired reality. Do it consistently so the subconscious locks in these new scenarios. Example: if someone is nervous about a job interview, they can imagine themselves speaking calmly, feeling confident, and seeing the employer's approving nod. After such mental rehearsals, the real interview feels easier because the subconscious treats it as familiar. Takeaway: creative imagination is a way to rehearse the future and prepare the subconscious for success. Chapter 9. The Subconscious and Human Relationships. In this chapter, Kehoe shows that the subconscious affects not only personal goals and achievements but also how we connect with other people. Core idea: our beliefs and inner attitudes shape the kind of people we attract and the relationships we build. If someone believes, people always betray me, the subconscious will create situations that reinforce this belief. But if someone thinks, I deserve respect and supportive relationships, their behavior changes and others respond differently. Kehoe highlights, we project outward what we deeply believe about ourselves. Confidence, kindness, and openness can be trained and anchored in the subconscious. When we shift our self-image, our relationships shift too. Example: a person with low self-esteem may constantly expect criticism, and their behavior unconsciously invites it. But once they change their inner attitude, the world starts reflecting new responses. Takeaway: if you want better relationships, start by transforming your inner beliefs. The subconscious always mirrors what you project from within. Chapter 10. The Subconscious and Health. In this chapter, John Kehoe explains that the subconscious plays a vital role in our physical and emotional health. Core idea: our thoughts and beliefs directly affect the body. When someone constantly lives in fear, worry, or anger, the body responds with stress. Sleep is disrupted, immunity weakens, and illness appears. In contrast, a positive mindset, confidence, and belief in health help the body recover. Kehoe gives examples. People who believe getting older always means worse health often age faster and face more illness. Those who affirm, my body is strong, I heal quickly, often recover more easily. He suggests using visualization and affirmations not only for goals but also for health. Picture your body as healthy and full of energy. Repeat phrases like, every day I grow stronger. My cells renew and function perfectly. Avoid focusing on sickness, don't feed negative scenarios. Takeaway: the subconscious can be programmed for health. The more often we set it toward harmony and strength, the more resilient our body becomes. Chapter 11. The Subconscious and Wealth. In this chapter, Kehoe explores the link between the subconscious and money and success. Core idea. A person's financial level is not determined by external conditions, but by their inner beliefs about money. If someone thinks, "I'll never be rich," the subconscious blocks opportunities and blinds them to possibilities. But if they hold the belief, "I deserve abundance and attract wealth," the subconscious begins to guide them toward circumstances where this can happen. Kehoe points out common subconscious blocks. Money is evil. To earn big, you must work yourself to death. Wealth is only for others. These programs repel prosperity, even when someone works hard. How to shift them. Wealth affirmations. I am open to financial opportunities. Abundance flows easily into my life. Success visualization. See yourself already abundant. Feel the confidence. Change your attitude toward money. Treat it not as a problem, but as a tool for freedom and growth. Example, a person who constantly says, "I'm barely surviving," keeps reinforcing that reality. But once they replace it with, "I find new ways to grow my income," the subconscious starts searching for proof of it. Takeaway, financial success starts within. To change your outer wealth, you must first reprogram your inner money beliefs. Chapter 12. The Subconscious and Intuition. In this chapter, Kehoe explores intuition, that inner voice that often guides us to the right decisions. Core idea. Intuition is the way the subconscious communicates with us. The subconscious constantly processes massive amounts of information. Past experiences, patterns, observations, even things we don't consciously notice. Sometimes it delivers the result as a gut feeling or sudden insight. Kehoe notes that many great discoveries and breakthroughs came through intuition. Scientists, artists, and entrepreneurs often say, "The idea just came to me." In truth, it was their subconscious at work. How to strengthen intuition. Learn to listen. Pay attention to your first thoughts and feelings. Practice silence. In quiet moments, the subconscious speaks more clearly. Trust small signals. Intuition first shows up in little things. Write down insights. This builds awareness of your inner guidance. Example, someone is choosing between two job offers. Logic leans toward one option, but inside there's a quiet pull toward the other. Trusting that inner nudge often leads to the best choice. Takeaway, intuition is not mystical, it is the voice of the subconscious. The more we learn to trust it, the more it helps us shape our lives. Chapter 13. The Law of Attraction and the Subconscious. In this chapter, Kehoe introduces one of the most well-known ideas, the Law of Attraction. Core idea. The subconscious acts like a magnet, attracting circumstances and events that match our dominant thoughts and beliefs. If we constantly dwell on problems and failures, we tune ourselves to them, and reality seems to deliver more of the same. But when our thoughts are filled with success, joy, and confidence, life begins to bring people and situations that reinforce that state. Kehoe explains, a thought is energy that radiates outward. The subconscious amplifies this energy and returns it in the form of events. This is why it's so important to consciously direct our focus. Example, someone who believes, "Everyone around me is dishonest," keeps running into deceitful people. Another who thinks, "I attract trustworthy partners," tends to meet reliable and open-minded people. Practice. Watch your thoughts and replace negativity with positive focus. Deliberately create mental pictures of your desired future. Act as if the outcomes you want are already happening. Takeaway. The law of attraction is always active. The subconscious mirrors what we concentrate on. Choosing your thoughts means choosing your future. Chapter 14. Inner Dialogue and Self-Programming. In this chapter, Kehoe highlights something we all experience, inner dialogue. These are the constant words and phrases we say to ourselves. Core idea. Our self-talk is a non-stop stream of affirmations that programs the subconscious. If someone keeps thinking, "I'm a failure," "I can't do anything right," "nobody loves me," they're literally programming their subconscious for that reality. On the other hand, positive self-talk builds confidence, strength, and opens doors to new opportunities. Kehoe explains, the subconscious doesn't distinguish between internal and external words. It takes everything as instruction. Even jokes like, "I'm stupid" or "I always mess things up" are recorded as programs. By changing the language of our self-talk, we change our lives. Practice. Monitor your inner phrases throughout the day. Replace negative self-statements with positive ones. Example. Instead of, "I'm always late," say, "I am organized and punctual." Repeat the new wording consistently until it feels natural. Example. A student who says, "I'll forget everything during the exam," often struggles. Another who tells themselves, "I'm calm, I know the material," usually performs better. Takeaway. Inner dialogue is powerful self-programming. Whatever we keep saying to ourselves eventually becomes our reality. Chapter 15. The Power of Concentration and Mental Focus. In this chapter, Kehoe stresses that the ability to concentrate is one of the key conditions for using the subconscious effectively. Core idea: thought energy becomes powerful only when it is focused. Most people scatter their attention. Today they want one thing, tomorrow something else. The subconscious receives mixed signals and can't form a clear program. But when a person stays focused on one goal, all inner forces begin working together. Kehoe compares, scattered thoughts are like sunlight, warm but weak. Focused thoughts are like a laser beam, sharp and capable of cutting through metal. How to build concentration. Practice holding a single thought or image for at least 5 minutes a day. Remove distractions. Phone, noise, unnecessary conversations. Use visualization and affirmations regularly, always directed at the same goal. Example. A person who focuses daily on the idea, "I am building a successful business," unconsciously filters out irrelevant things and notices exactly what brings them closer to success. Takeaway. Concentration turns a dream into a strong signal for the subconscious. The stronger the signal, the faster it manifests in reality. Chapter 16. The Subconscious and Creative Potential. In this chapter, Kehoe shows that the subconscious is not only a tool for achieving goals or wealth, but also a source of unlimited creativity. Core idea: every person has creative potential, and it can be unlocked by learning to tap into the subconscious. He explains that many people think creativity is a gift for a chosen few. In reality, everyone carries an inner source of ideas, solutions, and inspiration. The subconscious stores experiences, knowledge, and associations, and can combine them in new ways to create original results. Examples. Scientists and inventors often report that their breakthroughs came in dreams or during rest. Writers and artists describe inspiration as a flow coming from within. Kehoe's advice: allow mental rest, walks, meditation, quiet time. In these moments, the subconscious speaks louder. Write down every flash of inspiration, even odd ones. Use visualization. Picture yourself as a creative person who easily finds fresh solutions. Takeaway: creativity is not a rare talent but a natural function of the subconscious. The more we trust it, the stronger our creative flow becomes. Chapter 17. Collective Consciousness and the Universal Field of Ideas. In this chapter, Kehoe expands beyond the individual subconscious and introduces the concept of collective consciousness. Core idea: we are all connected to a universal field of ideas, images, and knowledge shared by humanity. He compares it to a radio receiver. Each person tunes into a frequency, and depending on that setting, they catch different signals. By training the subconscious, we improve our ability to connect to this field, receiving insights and even premonitions. Kehoe gives examples. In science, it's common for different researchers in separate countries to make the same discovery almost simultaneously. This happens because the idea ripens in the collective field, and those who are receptive pick it up. In art and fashion, similar styles or trends often appear around the world at the same time. Practical takeaways: by developing imagination and intuition, we strengthen our access to the universal field. A mindset of positivity and harmony tunes us to higher levels of ideas. Our thoughts and emotions also feed into this field, influencing others. Takeaway: the subconscious is not isolated, it is part of something greater. The clearer we tune our thoughts, the richer the signals we receive from collective consciousness. Chapter 18. The power of gratitude and positive attitude. In this chapter, Kehoe highlights gratitude as one of the most powerful tools for the subconscious. Core idea. When we give thanks for what we already have, we open the subconscious to greater abundance and harmony. Many people live in constant dissatisfaction, believing happiness will come later, when they have money, success, or love. But this mindset programs the subconscious for lack, and life reflects that. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts focus to what is already good. The subconscious takes it as a signal of abundance and creates even more positive circumstances. Kehoe's advice. Each day, say or think of at least 3 things you're grateful for: health, loved ones, opportunities, even small joys. During tough times, find reasons to be thankful. This keeps your mindset positive. Combine gratitude with visualization. Imagine your goal already achieved and feel thankful for it in advance. Example, a person who goes to bed saying, "Thank you for this day, for the roof over my head, for the food on my table," wakes up calmer and more positive than someone who falls asleep worrying about problems. Takeaway. Gratitude is a way to reprogram the subconscious from a state of scarcity to a state of abundance. Chapter 19. The Subconscious and Action. In this chapter, Kehoe makes an important clarification. Working with the subconscious does not replace action. It empowers it. Core idea. The subconscious opens doors and creates opportunities, but only you can walk through them. Many people make the mistake of thinking that visualizing or repeating affirmations is enough. Kehoe emphasizes that without action, the subconscious has nothing to build upon. Example, someone may visualize every day about being a successful writer, but if they never sit down to write, the subconscious has no material to work with. Kehoe explains, the subconscious attracts ideas, people, and circumstances. Actions connect your inner intentions to the outer world. Even small steps show the subconscious that you are serious, which strengthens its support. His advice: take at least one concrete step each day toward your goal. Recognize small actions as proof that the subconscious is working with you. Trust the process. If you act, the subconscious always responds. Takeaway: subconscious work plus action equals results. Without action, dreams remain just pictures. Chapter 20. Patience and Persistence. In this chapter, Kehoe reminds us that working with the subconscious is not magic. Results don't appear instantly, but they do appear if we stay patient and persistent. Core idea. The subconscious works by its own laws and needs time to establish new programs before they show up in reality. Kehoe compares it to planting seeds. We don't expect a seed to sprout the next day. It needs time underground before it grows into a plant. The same goes for thoughts. They must take root before they bear fruit. He warns about a common mistake. People practice affirmations or visualization, but if nothing changes in a week, they give up. That's like digging up seeds to check if they've grown. Kehoe's advice: commit to the long term. Change takes time. Notice small signs of progress. They mean the subconscious is responding. Don't cancel your efforts with doubts or constant complaints. Example, someone working on better health may see no big changes for months. But with consistent subconscious work and action, strength increases, well-being improves, and illness fades. Takeaway: patience and persistence are the keys to letting the subconscious fully manifest its power. Chapter 21. Inner Peace and Harmony. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that the subconscious works best when we are calm and centered. Core idea: stress, worry, and inner chaos block access to the subconscious, while peace and harmony unlock its power. He notes that modern life is filled with pressure. Deadlines, news, problems, constant rush. All this creates noise that drowns out the inner voice and weakens our connection with the subconscious. Kehoe's advice: set aside daily quiet time, at least 10 to 15 minutes without phones, tasks, or conversations. Practice deep breathing or meditation to relax. Use calming activities: music, walks in nature, hobbies that bring peace. Observe your inner state. The calmer you are, the more effective your visualizations, affirmations, and intuition become. Example, Someone trying to practice affirmations while anxious sees little effect. But if they first relax, breathe deeply, and settle into calmness, the subconscious absorbs the message far more effectively. Takeaway: harmony and peace are gateways to the subconscious. The quieter we become inside, the clearer its power works for us. Chapter 22. Self-belief and positive self-esteem. In this chapter, Kehoe stresses that the way we see ourselves directly shapes what we receive from life. Core idea: if a person believes in their abilities and values themselves, the subconscious supports them and helps unlock potential. But if they carry doubt and low self-worth, the subconscious shapes reality to match those limits. He explains that many people underestimate themselves. I'm not smart enough. I lack talent. I don't deserve success. These beliefs become programs, and the subconscious executes them faithfully. Kehoe's recommendations: build self-belief with affirmations like, I deserve happiness and success. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. Work on self-image through visualization. Picture yourself confident, strong, successful. Practice small wins. Every success reinforces belief. Remove self-criticism from your inner dialogue and replace it with encouragement. Example: someone who shifts from saying, I'll mess this up, to, I can handle this, gradually changes both their inner state and their actual results. Takeaway: positive self-esteem is the foundation of life. The subconscious always confirms what we believe about ourselves. Chapter 23. The power of environment and surroundings. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that the subconscious is shaped not only by our own thoughts but also by our environment. Core idea: the people we interact with, the books we read, the movies and music we consume, all directly program the subconscious. Kehoe points out, being surrounded by pessimists and complainers gradually imprints their beliefs into your subconscious. Being around confident, positive, and successful people makes your subconscious absorb those models instead. The environment acts like a constant background, programming us daily even when we don't notice. Practical steps: choose your circle deliberately. Spend more time with those who inspire you. Fill your information diet with positivity. Motivational books, uplifting talks, meaningful content. Limit exposure to toxic people and negative media. Example: two people start a business. One surrounds themselves with supportive entrepreneurs, gaining confidence and guidance. Their subconscious strengthens. The other listens to skeptics saying it will never work, and their subconscious believes that. Takeaway: the environment programs us as much as our own thoughts. To strengthen your subconscious, you must shape your surroundings wisely. Chapter 24. The subconscious and happiness. In this chapter, Kehoe discusses how everyone seeks happiness but often looks for it in external things: money, status, possessions. He emphasizes, happiness is not a result of circumstances, but a state of mind and subconscious programming. Core idea: we can program ourselves for happiness just like we can for success or health. Kehoe explains that the subconscious amplifies what we focus on. If we dwell on what's missing, it creates dissatisfaction. If we focus on what already brings joy, that feeling grows stronger. Practical steps: find daily reasons to feel joy, even small ones. Use affirmations: I am happy right now. My life is full of joy. Visualize not only material goals but also the state of happiness, lightness, harmony, inner peace. Practice gratitude, which deepens feelings of contentment. Example: one person may live in a mansion yet feel empty because their focus is on what's lacking. Another may live modestly but feel joy every day because their subconscious is tuned to happiness. Takeaway: happiness is an inner program. When the subconscious is set for joy, life begins to mirror that state. Chapter 25. The subconscious and spirituality. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that the power of the subconscious goes beyond material goals like health, success, and wealth. It is also tied to spiritual growth and life purpose. Core idea: the subconscious can act as a bridge to deeper self-understanding and connection with the universe. Kehoe notes that many people first use the subconscious for practical outcomes: more money, career success, better relationships. But the true potential lies in how it can guide us toward inner harmony and spiritual awakening. How this shows up: through meditation and silence, the subconscious reveals answers about meaning and purpose. Intuition often nudges us toward choices that are not just beneficial but aligned with our higher path. Feelings of gratitude and unity with life come from the subconscious working at a higher level. Example: someone may begin using subconscious techniques to succeed in business, but eventually they realize the real treasure is inner peace, harmony, and spiritual clarity. Takeaway: the subconscious is not only a tool for goals but also a gateway to spirituality. By aligning with it, we gain not just results, but a deeper sense of meaning in life. Chapter 26. The Subconscious and Coincidences. Synchronicity. In this chapter, Kehoe explains that many events we call coincidences are actually the result of the subconscious at work. Core idea: the subconscious can arrange events and circumstances so they look like lucky coincidences, but in truth they are synchronicities, signs of an underlying order in life. Kehoe notes, when we set clear intentions and work with the subconscious, it starts building a chain of events that guide us toward the goal. This may appear as meeting the right person at the right time or stumbling upon the perfect opportunity. It's not random. The subconscious aligns inner focus with outer reality. Example: someone dreams of starting a business. Suddenly, they coincidentally meet an old friend who is looking for a partner. It seems like chance, but Kehoe says it's the subconscious creating the opportunity. Practical tips: pay attention to these coincidences. They often contain guidance. Trust the process and see synchronicities as proof that the subconscious is working. Stay focused on positive goals to attract the right circumstances. Takeaway: there are no mere accidents. The subconscious creates synchronicity, linking us with the right people and opportunities. Chapter 27. The Power of Consistency. In this chapter, Kehoe emphasizes a crucial point. Working with the subconscious should not be a temporary technique but a lifestyle. Core idea: the subconscious reveals its power only through regular practice and consistency. Many people get inspired, try visualization or affirmations for a few days, then quit when results don't appear immediately. But the subconscious requires time and repetition. That's how new programs take root. Kehoe compares it to physical training. You can't become strong after going to the gym once. But with regular workouts, the body gradually transforms. The subconscious is shaped in the same way, through daily thoughts, words, and images. Kehoe's advice: make practices like visualization, affirmations, and gratitude part of your daily routine. Don't expect instant miracles. Appreciate gradual changes. Trust the process. Even when results aren't visible yet, the subconscious is already at work. Example: someone who dedicates just 10 minutes a day to affirmations and visualization for a year notices a radical shift in thinking and behavior. That change impacts finances, relationships, and confidence. Takeaway: working with the subconscious must become a habit. Consistency turns practice into true power. Chapter 28. Practical Exercises and a System for Working with the Subconscious. In this chapter, Kehoe shifts from theory to practice and introduces a structured system. Core idea: the subconscious can be trained just like muscles or memory. He suggests building a daily ritual with 3 key elements. Visualization, 5 to 10 minutes. Focus on one goal. Picture it as already achieved. Add emotions and sensory details. Affirmations, 5 minutes. Repeat short, present tense statements. Do it aloud or silently, but with conviction. Examples: I am confident. I am open to abundance. I am healthy and full of energy. Gratitude, 2 to 3 minutes. List everything you're thankful for. This builds a state of abundance and reinforces positive programming. Additional tips: keep a journal for ideas and insights that come during practice. Monitor and adjust your inner dialogue daily. Be patient, results accumulate over time. Example: someone starts each morning with a visualization of a successful day. follows it with affirmations, and ends with gratitude. After a month, they feel calmer, more confident, and begin noticing more opportunities appearing. Takeaway: a simple but consistent daily system can radically transform life by reprogramming the subconscious. Chapter 29. Final Insights and Summary. In this closing chapter, Kehoe sums up the book's message and leaves the reader with key takeaways. Core idea: the subconscious is a universal tool we use every single day, whether consciously or unconsciously. The real question is, are we programming it ourselves, or letting circumstances do it for us? Kehoe emphasizes, everyone already uses the subconscious. Most just do it unconsciously. Thoughts of failure, fear, or problems are also programming, just in a negative direction. True mastery means taking control and deliberately installing positive patterns. Additional insights: the world mirrors our thoughts. Change the inner programs, and the outer reality shifts too. Small steps matter more than occasional bursts. Consistency beats random effort. It's never too late. The subconscious can be reprogrammed at any age. Life is training. The more we practice, the more natural it becomes. Example: someone who commits to affirmations and visualization for just a month starts to notice changes. Calmer reactions, more confidence, and a gradual shift in life circumstances. Takeaway: we are the creators of our reality through the subconscious. Each of us has the choice to be a passive bystander or the active architect of our destiny. Additional insights and practical tips. We've gone through all chapters of John Kehoe's Mind Power, and now it's time to highlight the strongest ideas and turn them into practical tools. Think of this as the core extract of the book, what you can apply starting today. Key insights: thoughts shape reality. Every thought is a seed that the subconscious turns into results. The subconscious doesn't know truth from falsehood. It accepts whatever we repeat and visualize. Emotions amplify programming. The stronger the feeling behind a thought, the more powerful the effect. Habits are programs. Changing habits rewrites the subconscious code. Environment matters. People, books, music, media all feed the subconscious. Gratitude shifts to abundance. Focusing on gratitude unlocks more positivity and opportunities. Intuition is the voice of the subconscious. Learn to listen and trust it. Synchronicity is not chance. The subconscious connects us with the right people and events. Action is required. Without steps in the real world, subconscious work stays as fantasy. Consistency is the key. Practice must become a lifestyle for lasting change. Practical tips. Morning ritual: 10 to 15 minutes. 5 minutes visualization of your goal. 5 minutes affirmations. 2 to 3 minutes gratitude. Keep a subconscious journal. Write down affirmations, visualizations, insights, and coincidences. Watch your inner dialogue. Replace negative self-talk with positive statements. Daily mini-wins. Take small steps toward your goal every day. It builds subconscious proof. Shape your environment. Reduce exposure to negativity and surround yourself with inspiring people. Evening practice. Before sleep, repeat affirmations or visualize success. The subconscious is most receptive then. Patience and trust. Treat subconscious work like gardening. Plant the seeds and give them time to grow. How this book changes your perspective. You realize you're not a victim of circumstances. You're the author of your destiny. You understand that success and happiness start inside, not outside. You gain simple but powerful tools that anyone can apply. Final takeaway: the subconscious truly can do anything, once we learn how to guide it consciously. So, we've explored John Kehoe's Mind Power. The subconscious can do anything. The message is clear and powerful. Each of us programs our own reality through thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. If you start practicing even a few techniques, visualization, affirmations, gratitude, and monitoring your self-talk, you'll gradually notice changes in your life. The subconscious is not magic, but it is a tool that always works, whether you use it consciously or not. So here's the big question. What program will you start planting into your subconscious tomorrow? Share in the comments which idea from this book will you try first. If you found this video helpful, Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. More book breakdowns on self-development, success, and inner power are on the way. Remember, everything begins with a thought. Make your subconscious your ally, and it truly can do anything.